A long time ago, some rich and beautiful women were sitting on the bank of a river and enjoying a picnic. They were eating, laughing, and relaxing. After a while, as they washed their hands and feet in the cool and clear water of river, they saw their reflections. Gazing at themselves, they began to admire their own beauty. One of them said, "Look, how beautiful my hands are." Hearing this, another woman replied, "My hands are even more beautiful than yours." Then the third woman said, "Both of your hands are fine, but mine are the most beautiful." Soon an argument broke out. All three women claimed that their hands were the prettiest, but none of them could agree. Just then, they noticed an old woman passing by. She walked with the help of a stick. She wore tattered clothes and looked exhausted and hungry. One of the rich women said, "Let us ask that old woman. She can tell us whose hands are the most beautiful." The others agreed, and they called the old woman over. When the old woman came closer, the women showed her their hands and asked, "Tell us whose hands are the most beautiful." The old woman replied weakly, "I am very hungry and thirsty. I have been walking a long way. Please give me something to eat and drink first. Only then I will be able to think clearly and answer your question." At this, the women frowned. One of them snapped, "We did not ask you here to eat. Just give us an answer. If you can't, then go from here." And with that, they turned away. Not far from there, a poor woman was working in her field. She had seen everything. She quickly came over to the old woman and took her back to her field. She helped her sit down comfortably, opened her lunchbox, and gave her half of her food and some water. After the old woman finished eating, the poor woman washed her hands and feet and gently wiped them with her own clothes. Then she invited her to rest under the shade of a tree. The three rich women had been watching all this from a distance. Once the old woman had rested and felt better, she took the poor woman with her and went to the rich ladies. "You wanted to know whose hands were the most beautiful?" she said. Then she held up the poor woman's hands and declared, "These are the most beautiful hands I have ever seen." The rich women scoffed. "These hands and beautiful? What do you know about beauty? Look at them, they are rough and hard. They're not even soft at all. How can these hands be beautiful?" The old woman smiled and replied, "Beautiful hands are those that do good deeds and help others in need. True beauty does not come from softness or fair skin, but real beauty lies in kindness, hard work, and selfless service. These hands may be rough, but they are full of love and compassion. That is why, to me, these are the most beautiful hands." If we see in our lives, we will find that we often evaluate people based on their face, complexion, body, or clothes. But in reality, the true beauty of a person does not lie in their face, body, or appearance, but it lies in their good deeds, their nature, and the values they live by. Sometimes a person may look very beautiful, attractive, or charming on the outside, but from within, they might carry pride, selfishness, or even a cruel heart. On the other hand, someone may not appear good-looking or physically impressive, but they may have a heart full of love, a pure soul, and a nature that always helps others. You cannot judge people instantly based on how they look. True beauty can never be seen with the eyes alone. It must be felt through actions and experienced over time. But sadly, in today's world, judging others by their appearance has become common. To truly understand someone's character, you have to spend time with them, Observe how they behave in different situations and see how they treat others. That's where real beauty reveals itself. Outer beauty is temporary. It fades with age, but inner beauty lasts forever. A beautiful heart, a kind mind, and a pure soul are what truly define a person. So always remember, outer beauty may attract the eyes for a while, but it is inner beauty that touches the soul and stays in the heart forever.